Team doctors are waiting to see how Kevin Durant is responding to treatment for his calf strain. He missed the entire Western Conference Finals, which turned out to be just 4 games. Warriors owner Joe Lacob says KD will be coming back for the finals, which starts next Thursday. That'll be 3 weeks that he'll have missed. Nick, do the Warriors need KD to win the title?
If I may just real quick, I find Joe Lacob's comments really interesting. You typically don't hear an owner giving medical updates, especially when the team and the player don't seem to fully have those medical updates. And in team sports, you almost always go the other way with this. Next man up. We can, you know what I mean? We are confident with the group we have no matter what. Because they're kind of semi-recruiting KD in the midst of this, I think that has to do with some of these comments. Now, to directly answer your question, they can win a championship without him. Now, I think the Bucks are the best team in basketball. Bucks got to get there first. And so whether they do or don't have KD, they won't be my pick. But I'm not going to do what Charles Barkley and a lot of people have done, which is the moment KD limped off the court against Houston, say if he doesn't come back, they can't win. And if you did say that the moment after the Rockets game, I hope the 5 games since then you have watched and you have seen that, oh, wait, this team can instantly go back to another gear and they can be dominant that way. Now, do they have a smaller margin of error? Yes. Is more asked of Steph and Clay and Draymond and Iggy? Of course. But can they become champions if Kevin Durant never plays again for them this year or in future years? Of course they can. If you had any doubt about that, to me, they removed that doubt with the sweep over Portland.
Yeah, I think the Portland series, they definitely did send a message, but we are talking about Kevin Durant and where the Warriors struggled and where they struggled in Portland because Portland outplayed them. The minutes, Portland led more than Golden State. And why? Because the offense. They struggle offensively at times without Kevin Durant. You got a guy that's dropping 39, 38 points. He was playing the best basketball of all the Warriors. Now, I understand. Yes, Steph has picked up the slack in that Western Conference Finals, but offensively, you need Kevin Durant. Offensively, you need a 3-man rotation that you don't have just one of the stars because there are moments where they have Clay on the court and they are challenged offensively. There are moments they have just Steph on the court. They are challenged offensively. So, no, Kevin Durant is that answer. He's the most constant and the highest percentage, most efficient scorer that we have in NBA and one of the most efficient in NBA history. That's where they miss him the most.
And you said something really interesting yesterday, C, which was when KD went down, the question was, Steve Kerr even said it, like, we got to replace 39 minutes, 34 points, what he was averaging in the postseason. How are we going to do it? And the answer was the Warriors' catchphrase, strength in numbers, because it's not just that Steph and Draymond have upped their level of play. It's that the others, the much maligned Warriors' lack of depth, those guys play better in the offensive system that they run when KD's not out there. When they all have to touch the ball, when they all have to screen hard and cut hard, they are more involved. It is easier for Alfonso McKinney and Quinn Cook to knock down open shots when they expect to get those open shots. So I'm not making the argument, I want to make it clear. They're better without Kevin Durant, even though they win at a higher percentage. I understand the importance that he has, but I think there are players on the team that are better without Kevin Durant.
And the reason why is because every player that I've ever met, if you give him a shot on the offensive end, if you run a set for him, if you get him out on the break and allow him to utilize his athleticism, when they go down to the other end, they play defense harder.
Of course.
All right? So they buy more into everything that's going on. It's hard to be like, you know something? You're just going to be a defensive specialist. I want you to do all the grunt work. I want you to take charges. I want you to do all that, but you're not going to be able to shoot the ball. You empower the other players by being able to move the ball around. Everyone feels like they're involved.
And keep in mind, they might get KD back. They will probably get Iggy back. And now there are these questions that maybe even Boogie comes back at some point for the finals, that he might not be wiped out. So this could be a different team we see in the next round.
100%. And see, you mentioned the play in Game 4 that stood out to you more than anything was the play where Steph seemingly ran 250 yards on one play, doing everything. That element of the Warriors offense, understandably, goes away to a degree when KD's out there, because Steph will toss the ball to Durant. No, okay, I can conserve my energy here because I'm not going to get it back. I'm just going to, KD's going to isolate and take a super high efficient jump shot. So that even if on that possession, that's a great possession for the Warriors, that's also an easier possession for the opposition to defend. Because you're not chasing Steph around everything. You're not dealing with
And people need to realize if Kevin Durant is not there, Draymond Green is going to be on the attack on the offensive end because there's more shots to be taken. There's more space on the court. That was something that Portland and their forwards never adjust to. They were like surprised. Why is this guy getting ready to shoot? Because Kevin Durant is not there. I do believe that the Warriors, because of their overall experience and because their bench players are comfortable, they can win a championship without Kevin Durant. But him being out there, man, that offensive end, that's his specialty. And then you don't have those laws in the offense, which we've seen even in the Portland series where they were down most of the time.
All right, let's switch gears, talk some football now. Aaron Rodgers and his teammates are at OTAs with their new coach, Matt LaFleur. However, their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, was more excited to talk about the ending of Game of Thrones. Say what?
You come down to the end and Tyrion says the person with the best story is Bran, who, by the way, 3 episodes ago said he wasn't Bran Stark anymore. No, Jon had a better story. Dany had a better story. Arya had a better story. Sansa had a better story. Tyrion had a better story. Varys had a better story. Bronn, a lot better story. Jaime, better story. Cersei, probably better stories. Any Baratheon, better story. Here's the thing, though. Here's my last theory about it. If Bran, the three-eyed raven, who's all about the health of the realm, let's think about what he did. He basically wanted the throne the whole time because he's the one that told the Starks, knowing that Sansa would tell Tyrion, knowing that Tyrion would talk to Varys, knowing they'd scheme for Dany's death, knowing that would piss her off, which led her to be the Mad Queen. So he the entire time kind of set this whole thing up, and at the end he goes, oh yeah, I don't want to be king. Oh, but why did I travel all this way to be here? No. Look, I love the opportunity to be in the show, which most people probably don't think I was, but I was there. I love the show, but the writers are also doing Star Wars, so I think they might have been a little busy this last season.
Okay, so I'm the only person on the set that watched Game of Thrones, and so all of his critiques are well-founded. However, I'm going to pull back the curtain on our show just a little bit, because Jenna was so annoyed that whole, oh, there's more. Oh, you're going to talk about this more.
We get it. You've watched the show, Aaron.
Meanwhile, oh, that's good. Oh, I like it. I don't know what Cris is. Oh, Cris is an odd host.
What were you going to say?
I don't know what Cris is wearing is what I was going to say, but then it registered. But Jenna, while she's there ranting and waving, oh, nice, guys. Nice. Raving about Aaron Rodgers, who was disappointed in the Game of Thrones finale. I've heard Jenna Wolfe complain about a Seinfeld finale that aired 20 years ago.
Because those writers didn't write that finale, and they decided they were going to incorporate everything into one show. Every character, every plot line. It doesn't work. Oh, I see what you're doing.
The exact thing
I saw what you
that you were upset about Aaron Rodgers?
I see.
Except his show ended 2 days ago. Your show ended 20 years ago.
I saw what you did there. Okay, that was good.
Now we can move on.
No.
Sorry about that.
Can we talk more about your skinny legs?
I'll be here when they come back from the refrigerator.
Go ahead.
Time for stories to start your morning. That was good. Carson Wentz is trying to bounce back from 2 straight seasons cut short by injury. Yesterday, the 26-year-old franchise QB resumed activity at OTAs without any limitations. Head coach Doug Peterson says he is full go. Cece, how much pressure is on Wentz to win right now?
There's a lot of pressure, but I like all the signs. I like the fact that he's able to remove the knee brace. A lot of quarterbacks, once they get their knee injured, they end up wearing that knee brace the rest of their career. So there is some freedom, and there is something in his mind psychologically when you're able to take that knee brace, because it's encumbersome. It doesn't allow you to move laterally as much as you'd like to. It's there more for protection and stabilization, so it lets you know that his leg is very, very stable. Now he can just concentrate on other things. So I like where he is.
And a full off season, which is something he obviously didn't have last year, and something that you would hope. Last year he couldn't even start the season, regular season, at the beginning of the year. So now he's going to have a full off season, come into a season fully healthy for the first time since the year he almost won league MVP before his initial major injury. Wentz should be the best quarterback in his division by a wide margin. We'll see if he can play to that level this year.
All right, moving on.
Super Bowl MVP market, you got to be happy for Adam.
All right, back to the NBA now. Toronto took down Milwaukee 120-102 last night to even up the series at 2 games apiece. With a hobbled Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry led the way for Toronto, scored 25 points. And the Raptors bench outscored Milwaukee's 48-23. Nick, can the Raptors supporting cast continue to carry them?
Well, not